We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the S3E12. Take time on night, though we may criticize it. This is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it.
Folks, welcome to our international podcast, Below the Belt. Who vex, lose, who vex, vex. Good to see you, Amita Carroll and Winston Henry, Sandrine Beard and Lily Paul. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. I'm privileged to have with me my co-host today, Drita Fernandez. She's still in the studio and she'll be joining us. Great to have you, Drita. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here as of normal.
Good to have you.
I love
as well.
to be here. Dollars and cents, that's my thing.
Yes, so it's a real privilege to have you. Joy Hopkinson, we see you as well, and Daphne Aaron and Royston Sampson. I see all the other folks joining us quickly, swiftly. Claudette Clark is here. Siobhan McDonald is here too, believe it or not. Siobhan is here. How are you doing, folks? And let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Tessa Isaacs, Graves Island is here. She says, listening. Sion Butters is here.
Sion Butters.
She says hello. Jude is like I short. She even see me like I short.
I'm special. I'm special.
Linda Thomas, Bagnell Barrow is here as well. Sanjin Beer says loud and clear. Technician Sanjin Beer is on the job.
Say very low.
Yeah, Royston is on the job. Royston is on the job. Good to have you. Let me pull.
Hey, Edward from the Bronx. How are you?
You want it too loud again? Somebody's calling us. Clearly, they don't know we're on the air at 12 o'clock. So we're gonna just ignore that because it's disrespectful.
That's not to below the belt.
It's disrespectful. They know we can be on the air. They dare call us at 12 o'clock.
How dare?
You think them should I start late? Clear compare. This person think it's them should I start late.
You all notice how Sherrod is coming early on the days, right?
And a white floor and all that, before I come. Do I have a chores? Did all by chores. You
have to do it. You gotta put on the smile and so.
Yeah. Do you think you go ahead?
Hey, Shelly.
Let me take this in case it's an emergency.
How are you? Let Mr. Duncan take those phone calls by the time. Hey, guys, you know what you gotta do? Share the stream. I see you there. Marlene, how are you doing, Marlene? I hope all is well at your end. I see that Amita Carol. Hey, it says we hearing you loud and clear. Thank you so much for that feedback. It's always good to get the feedback from you. Lovely people out there. Respect and manners, says Dawn Baines. How are you doing, Dawn? Shelly, is it Shelly the Rider? Yeah, Shelly, I'm pretty sure there's a Shelly name, the Rider. But let me not be pretty sure. I've heard some pretty different names before. Hey, Hazelin King, how are you doing? It's a great Monday, guys. We have started morning off with quite a packed slate of information, if I dare say. And you guys know we're going to be bringing it. We're going to be bringing the information in. We're going to continue the discussion. Lots, this country is different. Between the end of the morning show to the midday show, lots have happened already. You don't have to guess. We're on top of it. Once it's out there, we're gonna bring it to you, bringing our own unique perspective to the matter, and of course, incorporating your thoughts on these matters as well. Marilyn, and I'm here. If you hear it shared in the background, no fault of his. He does not know how loud he is. So, guys, the sun is killing me, says Marilyn. Marilyn, you and I different. I don't know why someone is calling me now. Like, what's going on, guys? Come on.
It's just the day we have.
Y'all behave. No phone calls. No phone call. This is a no phone call hour, right? That's how we're gonna do it. Hey, I see you that there's a for dice. Oren Mark, sing what's going on, Oren. I hope all is well at your end. Beryl Crawford says good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Buxton in the house. Wayne Brown. Hey, Wayne, what's going on here in Buxton? Everything's great. Let me know. I think I want to come through to Buxton. I have a friend who I want to catch up with too. I want to pass through. Hey, Amanda Daniels. I'm seeing you there. Amanda said I'm here. How are you doing? Is it Tunde Grant? I don't know if I got that right, but I hope I did. Good day to you. Lily Paul, the place is heated. It's summertime. Listen, I don't know about this summer and all of this. I don't know. Is something wrong with me? I am a good or something, but I can't take the heat. The heat is not for me.
Yeah.
Give me the cold
It's
any
hot.
day.
It's hot, and we just gotta keep pushing forward. You know, it's hot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then I lend my own hotness to it.
I don't
Sorry.
know. This person keeps calling me. What's going
I lend my
on?
own hotness to it. Even worse. You
Guys,
know?
let me tell you all something. Don't ever call me on Facebook Messenger. I do not take calls there. Period.
Like for
I,
private.
I don't trust the system.
Imelda Higgins.
So good.
Good to see you,
I don't
Imelda.
trust it. I don't. Mm-mm.
Great to see you, Imelda. And all the other folks. joining us.
Glycis is in the house, Sharon.
Jason King is here too. I see
Mm-hmm.
Bishop Peter Jeffrey joining us out of the UK, the United Kingdom. Right?
Mm-hmm. He's linking waiting
Right.
here. What happened between the morning
Why?
program and now?
Why is Naomi so thing? Eh? Let me ask him if it's Muhammad calling me. Eh? I thought Naomi was a decent person. I thought Naomi was a decent, loving child.
I want to ask the same question too.
Decent, loving child. Now she wake up this morning, she decides she can do violence to people.
We woke up this morning and chose
Mm-hmm.
violence. You know, I heard my 16-year-old.
Just so you know.
She says that, she says it a lot. People wake up and choose violence.
Just so easy as that.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it, Naomi. Stop it. Charlene Juicy Tendre is here. With Derry, the Hula. Lafferman Rubens is here too. And Don Bairns, Shirley Crichton. All the usual folk. I see Nizam Ali is here. Nazim, rather. Nazim, how are you doing?
Nazim says good afternoon, bro.
Nazim, good to see you, Nazim. I trust you well. If it's the same Nazim, it's just Auntie Sharon is good and everybody else. Good to have you, Nazim. I see, Imelda is laughing her head off here. Gwyneth Anderson and Joyanne Bailey Morgan, Audrey Ward is here too. It's a full house.
It is a full house. The folks are here. They want
It's a
to.
full house.
They want to soak in the information.
Yes, they do.
You think they're
The
coming
facts.
here for you, Sharon? No, it's the
Yeah.
information they're coming for.
Now you tell me. Could you pass that mechanism?
Listen, Sharon, go with 6 different phones here now. All of them.
And none of them work, you're right.
Oh goodness.
None of them make one proper phone. You know, everyone doing something they don't can. You dialing from one listening to the next. It's very purgatory confusion.
Sure, I
Paula.
could barely ever with one phone.
None of them make a problem. It's only funds flow, Only funds flowing and determine the level of upness with the phone.
The fun to me to say the phone must last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the time I'm through with this one, we went past the last 5 different series of phone.
You catch it right to it. Folks, somebody in the world celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Do it tonight, taking a toast here. Having some
Yes.
tea. Is it
Hmm.
is it time for high tea or is low tea time?
I don't know. I don't
We're
know.
having some tea here. I won't tell which tea we having because them boys are one of thing.
Yeah, them
So you
passing
won't
it.
benefit from no kind of tea, so you won't get
It's
it.
a tea, some
We
kind of
ain't,
tea,
we
any
ain't
kind of
selling tea
tea.
today. We selling other tea. We selling tea.
If there are tea people out there
Mhm,
that wants us to
mhm.
say what tea they're gonna just let us
This is
know.
a beautiful I'm trying to get the flavor without saying the name of it.
Is it
We
lemony?
plenty like
Is
that.
it lemony?
It's a lemony kind of
Like
tang.
honey lemon kind of
Yes.
something?
It's right there. Like I feel in foreign, like I feel like talking about the accent just because of the tea.
Oh wow.
Like I done past the airport. Just because the folks good to see you. Lots of things happening. Lots of things. It's why Charles Ramsden out here shaming me.
Mm.
That's how you want to know. Why Charles out here shaming me?
Who
My
we
lord.
chimney so
Shaming the
that's
people. Y'all come and get Charles, I beg of y'all. Somebody come and get Charles. You know Charles went to QC? Out here shaming QC people. That's it. Well, you. Yeah.
not me. Bartka secondary to the
You know,
bone.
out here shaming people and getting paid a whole minister salary. That's why we say follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the money. That's what we're saying. Follow the money. And
Mm.
you can see how when you listen to Charles, Truth is in the National Assembly with me. If Truth was in the nation, it's shared your life. Right? Charles got the looks, he's slim and so on. He got the things between the ears. NASA. False advertising.
Oh goodness.
False advertising. We there, we there, we there, we there. You know,
I don't know.
folks
Let me hear.
last week they launched a youth something. They had a lot of big
Big youths.
a lot of big youths at the event. There are two of them right at the head table. Two big youths. Nonetheless, they launched the youth advisory council,
Got you.
I said I know a lot of people that don't over 35. But nonetheless, if you think you're this youth,
No,
fair enough.
we gotta really
Yeah,
restructure,
listen. Some of them got a day on the clock, But the president, nonetheless, they had the youth advisory council. And the other Charles wants to up his portfolio. He feels that the ministry he has is not one in keeping with his pedigree. Well, after you out of here, Charles, you got no Charles the right to post there. You got no Charles the right to post there. But he feels that within his pedigree. So he can try to impress the hell out of the ear for now. He know when everybody born and the dad, who's the mother, the father, everybody. All the years he know. You know when Jack Bill become president, he can say he can impress them now. Mistake. Look how he there we there for the rest of the term that they got. The rest of the time they got on the clock installed. Charles.
Hold up.
Stay lane. Hold up. Stay lane. I beg you, stay lane. Folks, when Charles holding mic,
Different.
Is what the girl in the video concerning what's his name is
Concern what's whose name now? Shared for the mean
concerning what the fella name man? Harpies.
I don't know what I am not. I am not in the mix. Yes.
The girl had to rephrase. Every 2 minutes in the video, the girl When I listen to Charles, that's what comes to my
Slow down, Charles.
Ready? Stay in lane, Charles.
Read the script.
Folks, this is Charles. When people say you've been Ramsonian, I tell you all, be very upset. When they say you're being very Ramsonian, be very, very upset. Right? Here is Charles pulling out the best he got, the best he got to try to impress the powers that be. Apologies there. We always like little pagli. I know it's Monday. Trying to put something in this tea, but something, it must be Charles. We listening to too much. I think it's that too much, folks. We can't even find the excerpt now.
You see, Gwyneth says your laugh is tantalizing, Sherry.
Gwyneth is way one sugar expensive, broke. What would you say after I broke? Once my wife is handling the money anyhow, so she know when we send, but I broke.
But we're young too.
Let me finish what I was saying. I can thank you for the comment. You see, Charles, I know you pace, he just run in.
Just jump in. Just jump in. This is not your podcast.
Shaming, QC sharing every place. Folks, share the live. Smash the emoji button. Charles Ramson for you. One night only.
But we're young too. Just in his mid or early 40s. My cabinet colleague, someone in the third, adding years. The president said I'm adding years. 40. 1. 2. My cabinet colleagues in their 30s and their 40s. In fact, when the president became a minister for the first time, he was in his late 20s. And this is not a political mid-20s. When President Jack Dale became president, he was 36. 5. When I see Pauline Chase here, when her father became the Minister of Tourism, who's my Labour, in the first government in 1953, first People's Progressive Party government in 1953, he was 26 or 5.
Listening to Charles, he has reinforced the fact that lawyers sometimes have a real problem with numbers, especially in this country. I would not ascribe a lot of mathematical skills. Right, Andy? We're going to change that in the new council. We're going to ensure that there is a balance in the skill of numbers in the legal profession.
Yep. That was painful.
Oh my goodness.
That was painful.
I don't know what is more painful. The fact that he didn't know the numbers, or the fact that I flood university attempting to school.
Yeah.
QC.
Yeah. You Charles bring up the profile of Eiffel University. You see where we are? Charles bringing up the profile of Eiffel University. As Rita rightfully said, when Eiffel got come and school you. Right? When Eiffel school in QC, you see where we there now?
But
I can see QC chair now, we can tear up the badge, lighting them on fire, chipping up the tie. You say we wasted time, baby. We wasted time.
Oh goodness.
Martin Thomas, he think it was a circus. I think so too. He think it was a circus.
He was just going
but
on
folks,
and on and on.
That's just some of what transpired as we came out in the last week. There was so much happening. That one went by. That's so serious. It isn't funny. That's a minister supposed to comport himself with some kind of I don't know if there's a word like knowledgeability, but I don't know. I don't know. That wasn't funny at all. Sandra Facey, we see you. Good afternoon, Sandra. Mavis Davidswell, Desiree Albert.
And this is him at the youth at the ceremony there.
And of course, they put him out there as a young minister to say, you see what we can do on this side? If you come over. The girl said,
Oh goodness.
It's rule out Charles. If Charles come and say sugar, then I can say, I forgive you. I believe so. You can't went to QC and you come out with nothing.
Nothing. I don't know what's going on.
No.
No, but Charles is a special breed, Charles is the one that actually goes into a debate. A minister goes into the debate and he speaks for 30 minutes. And then when the speaker says your time is up, he's saying, well, I didn't get to touch on my ministry.
You see? But you boy said the same thing. Yeah, 30 minutes and he ain't touching the ministry yet. And 30 minutes of nothing. It's not really substance.
Nothing.
30 minutes of nothing. And they pay these guys, as ministers of government. Thanks for joining us, folks. That can do it for us today.
Dollars and as Sherrod have SENAC. Oh, this is different.
Sense missing.
On this sense.
Sense missing. Folks, so we have that happened over the weekend. We had a couple other things, transpiring. That horse racing over the weekend, folks. You know, we were talking about that in the morning program. That left a bitter taste in my mouth for horse racing. Bitter taste.
I don't know what I wasn't there. So I mean, I do have a lot of reports of persons that were like extremely frustrated
Yes.
having to be on the road. There's absolutely no like bathroom facilities. You're on the road
Yep.
for 10 hours straight.
Yep,
That
yep.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like little babies being a part of all that chaos, like screaming, crying, it was unbelievable.
It was not a pretty sight yesterday, and what should have been a good day for folks heading to the races and heading out to town and so on, didn't
Yep.
didn't end nicely at all,
That is so true. That
right?
is so true.
Folks were there 5, 6, 7 hours just in traffic. 5, 6, 7 hours in traffic wasn't
Guess what? I'm not going to be going. I'm not going to be heading up there for any event of that nature. Like that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yep. And it was very painful.
You could imagine you going to watch a horse race, and when you reach the horse done race, the people going home.
People win, you replace your bet,
It's just
concert finish, right? But that's some of what transpired last evening there. And just to give you a sense, I think we picking up this from Legacy. Is Henry Legacy? Stephen Legacy, same thing. Stephen Legacy, this footage here of some of the backup of traffic for miles yesterday in Region 5. For miles you had traffic backed up. Take a look, folks. Folks, if you're just looking at that and you're upset, imagine people who have had to endure it.
Yeah.
If you looked at that and you're upset, people in traffic for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. Again, if you look at that and that upsets you, and you have all right to be upset, imagine folks who had to endure that. It was horrific for every account that we've had. It was horrific to experience that, just to be trapped. And for no good reason. For no good reason at all. Not to be trapped in that.
That's correct. And like I said, we have so many reports coming in about persons, a lot of people that was actually just going to partake in the festivities there in Berbice. The organizers did their part, they did their thing and all of that. But then when it comes to the chaos on the road in terms of traffic, it wasn't even. I think that there wasn't even an attempt. It would appear there wasn't even an attempt to actually have a smooth flow.
Yeah.
How do you give permission for folks to have these events and not have the police, traffic officers ready and on spot to make sure that doesn't happen? That's crazy. It's absolutely chaotic.
The only time folks said they saw policemen is when the dignitaries, the ministers of state who said they care, the PP ministers who said they care so much and so on, but not yesterday. They put aside caring yesterday for themselves. And they were the only ones who were coming through with outriders and so on. The policemen were used to, make way, right, for the kings and queens of Guyana to come through. And this is some of that. People were very upset.
Extremely.
Right? Road could have cleared for the ministers to come through, but the rest of the citizenship, 7, 8 hours in traffic. My Lord. Take a look, folks. Take a look.
To the traffic.
Yep. That's a minister going by, and those people who that vehicle was passing were sitting there for at least 5 hours,
Wow.
right? But the road could clear for Her Majesty and His Majesty to pass by, and they can come by you and say, "We care,
Mm-hmm.
we care about you, we care, we care." You know, how come they didn't stop on the directing traffic yesterday and trying to prevent people with some of that mayhem? How come they didn't stop? They care so much. That's what I want to know. How come? Hmm? How come?
It's absolutely crazy what's going on, and we speak about the chaos on the roadways all the time, but then to see now, even at the time when the traffic officers should be out there in their numbers, making sure that there's a smooth flow of traffic and all of that, persons were still left there for hours, and persons reported that the traffic was literally not moving. It wasn't moving. It's not like the traffic was crawling or something, but
Yeah,
there's a large portion of that
yeah.
time it was just not
Going
moving.
nowhere,
Not moving at all.
going absolutely nowhere.
It's crazy.
And that is a tragedy in all of this. That's a real
Yeah.
tragedy. Going nowhere. So you just gotta sit there and you watch ministers come and go, and you wonder, who is me?
Yeah.
Right? Who is me?
Yeah.
You watch the big ones drive in and out, and you wonder, who is me? Or rather, woe is me. Is what? WOE? Woe? Woe is me. The good, but woe is me. Woe unto them. Who is me? Who is me? That's the sad part. Sad part indeed. That got change.
It's crazy.
That's gotta
Absolute
change.
chaos.
It's gotta
Absolute
change.
chaos. And that is going on, and we continue to speak about everybody that's having the blue and red lights. That is a matter that I know at some point in time. I think it was a traffic officer. I can't remember who it was, but
Everybody got
they
flashing
were
lights.
they were stated their concerns about the fact that people are just buying these lights and putting them on and all of that. So there's absolutely no effort in terms of what must I say? No clamp down for the need of a better terminology. I'm just gonna say there's no clamp down on it. There's absolutely no effort being put in place by the ministry, and this is the Robeson men in particular, to make sure that isn't so. So you were on the road, and I dare say somebody with a flashing light, don't know who it is or anything like that. Let them wait. Let them wait. If a police vehicle is trying to get through, if an ambulance is trying to get through, the people that you have to give way to, but not anybody. Anybody in the child and every whatever the cousin, father, grandfather, whoever else wants to put on a flashing light and just come bully the way to traffic. Let them wait. Let them wait in line. It's crazy.
Yep. And that's gotta change. Folks, I should have let you know when we started, we're gonna have a very truncated program today because yours truly is due in court. Right? Y'all know we still on the Jacobite case.
The Jacobite
Y'all know we stay in that.
French
Yeah, the trench trap on Jacobite case. You remember the fellow who
that's
felt aggrieved,
jeez.
that allegedly I called him a trench crab on a Jacobite. He said he was emotionally distressed.
I think that's like
Taking for distress, people are distressing them. 7 hour people in traffic and distressing. Nobody in the hierarchy in this country.
who's been sued for that?
Dying distressing a damn soul. But here we are. But folks, the other thing making the news, of course, is the Dion Bacchus story. Folks, this one here, tetanus. It tetanus bad, and we learned now that Dion Bacchus is being represented by Hughes, Fields, and Sobey. Brilliant law firm, I can tell you that. Brilliant law firm, because they're my lawyers too. Brilliant law firm. He's being represented by Hughes, Fields, and Sobey. Dion Bacchus, that is. And as you know, folks, if you've been following this story here, this story is something else, We already knew what the police force gave, but this one here was, Rita, how do you really articulate this?
It's 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 revealing. It's the allegations are very revealing, and I think it just brings there's more questions than answers.
That's what you'd
If I
say.
can put
Yeah,
it over in that way, there's
yeah.
more questions than
And
answers.
there are questions that deserve answers too.
That is correct. That is correct.
There are questions that deserve answers too, because you know there's a lot happening here, and we know you guys have been in this, but a lot happening here, and I know Judy can walk us through some of it that has occurred since this story broke, which dates back almost to um, August 8th, with some of
Mm-mm.
this stuff happening, the arrest that was made initially on August 8th, where Dion Bascom was at a home in Norton Street, they tell us.
Mm-hmm.
Police went to this premises and searched it, found what they claimed to be cocaine. Two men have received 4 years jail term for this already.
Mm-hmm.
Dion Bascom, even though he was there, was not arrested,
Mm-hmm.
was not charged, and in actuality, even though he was detained for some time, he was ultimately released.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? He said he was visiting a friend at the time. Right? So there was that happening on the 8th. By the time you get to, for instance, the 11th
Mm-hmm.
of August, there is where you had this.
The first.
Right ahead.
I think that I think the 11th is where there was the first Facebook live video that was done on his page. With the public heard of the allegations that was put forward into what he deemed the cover up, if we report over that manner of the Ricardo Fagundes,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
aka paper shorts of his murder. So that's the first, and subsequent to that, that video was deleted. I think he deleted the video
Yeah.
off of his page.
And there were a number of allegations in that video, a number of allegations that were made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
yeah,
allegations.
yeah. And those are some of the things we say needs answers to. One of those allegations that was made on August 11th is the fact that he said it was an investigation in which they were looking into the murder, the gunning down of Ricardo Fagundes, as Richard says, paper short. And he says an agent who works for the Mohammed's enterprise was the person who was identified as being at the center of that investigation. Right? Was at the very center of that investigation.
Yes, that is correct.
Right?
Thereafter, I do know also that the statements did come out when it comes to the Muhammad's enterprise, that they were saying that they were never aware of any investigation or that anyone was out there enterprise and so forth, distancing themselves from the allegations altogether.
Yep. And that's just, we just catching up with the weekend,
Yeah.
We're just catching up with the weekend as it
You off
as it
air
were.
for a couple hours and you
Right?
everything goes on. Everything seems to be going
We're
on.
just catching up with the weekend basically here.
Mhm.
And so you've had that you had the Mohammed's employee or agent, Mr. Richmond,
Yeah.
who was involved there, according to them, according to what Mr. Dion Bascom said. And as Rita rightfully said, they have come out since and distanced themselves from that.
Yes.
You add also the law firm of Punai and Punai. They say they are now representing all three persons who were named in that explosive live video by Mr. Bascom. This is Mr. Mitchell Caesar, who is the deputy head of the, I think is it the anti-narcotics unit there in the Ghana Police Force? I'm going to get that clear for you just now. And also representing Mr. Asruddin Mohammed of Mohammed's Enterprise, and also representing the suspect, who is Mr. Mark Richmond, I believe it is. So a full weekend where these issues are concerned. And again, as we said, they have all been denied by all of the persons involved. All the allegations have been denied, and you do have in this country the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. So I want to remind you of that, which brings us to today, and the fact that Mr. Dion Bacchus has retained Hughes, Fields and Stobie as his counsel. So we may want to touch on some of what we saw online as part of that. This is now in the mix, and what Hughes, Fields and Stobie has said about their client now, Mr. Dion Bacchus. So we're going to touch on some of that for you good folks as well.
It's crazy, all that stuff.
Very much so. Very much so.
That's going on is very, very crazy.
Very much so. That is where we are, unfortunately. But we're trying to keep our fingers on the pulse of all that is happening, and so you guys can get it. So we want to pick up from where we are with Hughes, Fields and Stobie now representing Mr. Dion Bacchus, and what Hughes, Fields and Stobie has said in a missive that is being reported on social media.
Yes, and I have to say that I did see a bit of reporting online from a social media personality, an activist rather, I have to say, and stating word for word what a letter is reported that's been issued from Hughes, Fields and Stobie to be saying. And basically what is it saying, you know, this letter is it appears to have been sent to Mr. Sohan J. Punai, and that's the attorney at law from Punai and Punai. I basically, you know, and I see persons there in the comment section, so I know you guys have been out and about gathering your own bits and pieces of information, because I'm seeing in the comment section persons are referring to what is in this missive also. But I have to say that that letter, as is being put out there on social media, is saying that, hey, our client is saying that these allegations are true, and if you guys so feel free to go ahead with the allegations, that's in essence what it is. Then the facts will be presented, because what the client is saying is that these allegations are true.
Yep. So this folks deepens what's happening in a sense, and if the parties, Mohammed and Punai thought there might have been an easy resolution to this in terms of what they were asking for him to retract what he said, apologize, or else they will pursue
Sue for libel.
Damages. They will sue for libel and defamation and slander and all of that. That's not going to be as easy as that, because Hughes, Fields and Stobie says here, I think finally they say, we are instructed to inform you. We hereby do that should your clients, this is to Punai and Punai, the law firm.
And they say clients because they're speaking about all three.
Yeah, Asruddin Mohammed, they're talking here about what's his name, Mr. Mitchell, Mitchell Caesar, and also Mark, the other fella,
Richmond.
Mark Richmond. Those persons that if you, the letter reads here from Hughes, Fields and Stobie, we are finally instructed to inform you, and we hereby do that should your clients contemplate the commencement of any of the proceedings contained in your letter, they will be stoutly defended. Stoutly defended. And folks, this is where we are currently. And quite a bit to deal with, you know. It's like I'm fed up with this administration and all their contortions. By the time we check, we know ourselves. There's one scandal to the next. By the time we catch we know ourselves, folks. And we got to wrap up in another couple of minutes so I can head to court. You know.
Chagabats.
And trench crapos.
That's the case.
Trench crapos. So you've had that. And for those folks, you know, now joining us, we said we want to walk you guys through very quickly. So August 8th, we had this arrest of Dion Bacchus, and by August 11th, the Facebook Live, and August 12th, we saw the law firm Punai come out and say that their clients are innocent of all of these charges. you know, representing the Mohammeds, well, Ashuddin Mohammed in particular, Mr. Mitchell Caesar and Mark Richmond. The clients are innocent of all of this. They're advising Mr. Bascom to retract his statements, to pull back his statements, apologize, or they can sue him. And then August 13th, we saw Mohammed Enterprise itself come out and say they're not part of any of this. They don't know about any of these allegations. Then by August 13th, we saw another live from Mr. Bascom. And today, August 15th, we have Hughes, Fields, and Stobie now representing Mr. Bascom, saying that its client is in no way going to pull back on anything he says, and they're ready to defend what is being said out there stoutly, Rashni Ford, stoutly.
Yeah.
That is a word from them. Well, you folks, picking up from our morning program, Starbuck News had a bit to say in its editorial today about the Dion Bascom allegations. Starbuck News, for those of you who joined us, we share this. It said from day one, the characteristics of the killing of Mr. Fagundes, who we told you is the person whose murder they were investigating, and so many persons are now implicated in some cover-up and interference in that murder investigation. From day one, the characteristics of the killing of Mr. Fagundes put it in the genre of those that the police force could not solve because it had been compromised, had been instructed not to proceed, or just was not up to the task. That's part of what the editorial in Starbuck News read.
That's what I'm thinking.
Very strong sentiments here. Very strong editorial. Folks, you see me in the pot, and then by turning up the heat little by little. And we getting numb. You understand me? If you throw in the pot now, people who come from overseas, you throw them in the pot. They say, oh, these high prices, blackout, this, we there here cooking slowly. Right? These things aren't easy. I shouldn't even say we just come over Sugate.
It's still there.
We were just, those revelations are still wet. The ink from those revelations still wet. Here, Guyana Spectator and Bascom is a drug pusher. Right? Does that make the allegations he got less veracious? The veracity of them, are any less potent? If Guyana Spectator is true, and that's what we got to contend with, folks. That's what we got to contend with. And we walked you guys through this morning as well. Several gunning downs in the line of Ricardo Fagundes that happened since August 2nd, 2020. And of course, we're picking this up from our affiliate credible sources. August 4th, Rondell Haynes gunned down. October 17th, August 4th, 2020, Rondell Haynes was gunned down. October 17th, 2020, Sion Landon was gunned down. December 8th, 2020, Peter Gonzalez was gunned down. March 2021, you had Ricardo Fagundes was gunned down. April 2021, Odingo Anthony Hayward was gunned down. May 2021, Ronald Omar Smith was gunned down. July 2021, Delron McKenzie was gunned down. July 2021, Delvin McLennan was gunned down. August 2nd, 2021, Joel Liao was gunned down. August 10th, right? Euclid De Silva was gunned down. September 1, you had both Daniel Fraser and Shanika Ford in Sophia. Gunned down, folks. These aren't easy issues to deal with, folks. At all. These are heavy issues for a country as small as ours.
And what you're heading to court for?
Right?
What are you heading to court for? With
I am
all
going
of
to
this
court
going on.
because a man take a call you trench crap on a jagabat. Right? He offended.
People want us
right?
to take them
Emily
serious.
Soto, I see the comment. Emily says Peter Headley was gunned down. Peter Headley falls in a different category. Emily, you're right. Peter Headley, though, falls in the category of people who have died at the hands of the police under suspicious circumstances. Because the people who shot Peter Headley, we know were policemen. But the circumstances under which he was shot It's another story. Peter Headley's in the category of Orange Boston. And some other folks, and we can talk about that later on. So, folks, these are the matters we're contending with. Now, Hughes, Fields, and Stobie has been retained by Mr. Bascom, and we'll see what else is there. But this here got a lot of teeth. This got a lot of teeth, folks, and you're surely got to run off to court.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to thank you guys for joining us for this very truncated program. I see Positive Thinkers here, watching us from Irving, New Jersey, of course. Good to see you, Positive Thinker. And my apologies, I didn't get back to you on that issue. My apologies, Positive Thinker. My apologies.
That's crazy.
Margaret Nelson, Bonetta James, these are the issues we're contending with at this hour as a country. It's Sugate, it's Bascom Gate.
And with all of that, with all of that, the program have to be cut short because Sherrod has to run off to court for someone believing that he called them a name. With all of that going on, with so much going on in the country, and this is the point we're at right now.
I call him a jagabat and a trench coat. But don't display the tendencies of jagabatism and trench crapoism. Don't display it. Don't display it. Folks, we're going to see you guys back real soon this evening. 8 o'clock in the ring. Fighting it out. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. And I cannot tell you enough how much your partnership means to us. It keeps us going, folks. It allows us to do the work. We didn't just come and talk, We're doing our homework. We're doing our homework and then we come and say, Babs, Wilma Grant, this is it. Or when we see some things, Magnet Barrow, Patricia Kisun, Yvonne Ramasar, Stacey Mattis. We're going to see you guys back at 8, guys. Gotta run.
And you guys have to be back in the ring, tonight, today, like Sherrod is saying, so that you can get the update on that particular case, and also a lot more details coming out of that correspondence. So So guys, be safe.
We there. We
gotta
outside,
run,
guys. We gotta run. We
gotta run.
Sweetie doing a little too much running now. She'll have to pay.
Yes.
But we gotta run. See you guys soon. And stay strong out there, guys. Stay safe as well. Stay safe.
Have a good day.